Okay, we got some of this bottom part out. I don't know if you guys can see that well, but I'm before I make any big severe glue pulls, I'm gonna get this very hot. It's not to that point yet. I'm gonna kind of direct heat it, get it really nice and hot through the middle, over the crown, all along the back edge, nothing around there. But yeah, it's pretty hot. I would probably say it's 110, 120, not 150 or almost the paint of movement area, but this is when I'm actually just gonna find that tightest little getting out that toughest of brow in the most severe spot with some slightly hard taps. I mean, it had to be done. You hear how loud that is. But when that sound changes, I know I can pull. The sound went from ping, ping, ping to bum, bum, bum. So I'm gonna give it a little bit more heat. So make sure that metal is going to move nice and tidy. I got my glue gun sitting here. At this point, I will say I sure do appreciate you all clicking on the video. If you would, hit that subscribe button. It really helps out the channel, and I do appreciate it very much. I love all my subscribers. Dang, even if you don't, I still love you. And I'll even tell you the truth. Even if you hate me, I still love you. So, here's what we're going to do. It's nice and warm to the touch, not hot. Let's grab the biggest tab I have, which is this Atlas football, and do it justice by loading it up with a good 3 pumps of glue. A lot of glue. And going right for that meat right there, which I would have to say is the highest point of this round. That's why I'm going for there. It's probably not going to be the first place I pull, but it's the first place I place. And please excuse the background noise. We are out here in nature with the birds and the bees and the sirens. Let's go right here, chase it. It was probably a little too high. Kind of wanted to get... And now let's go one right, same kind of tab, right along this body line that is a swooping curve body line. So I want it to be right there, right in the apex of that curve. I'm gonna barely yank on that one. Let's keep this top edge nice. Whoa, I got some spiders. Keep this top edge nice and warm. Keep it, I should have taped off this with a piece of tape, painter's tape, but didn't. These things are, want to keep this nice and warm right here and let that glue cool, but keep that brow nice and warm, because I'm hoping that it's just gonna give me a little bit of a thing. I've learned my lesson to never do the slide ruler without, or the slide puller without gloves. Always use gloves. Where do I gotta pull for that meat right in the middle on the big part right here. Has it been long enough? It's a hot panel. Maybe I want to let it cool. No, I don't. I want to keep that nice and warm. Just give it a couple. Let's pull the middle. Give it a little bit. Nah, it's too hot still. Let's let it cool. Let's let it cool. Let's be patient. Luckily, I didn't yank on that one too hard, but I might go for this middle one. Let me check on the glue and the panel. The panel's almost at perfect temperature. The glue just needs to cool. So it's a little more than 45 seconds on the lay down. Obviously this one didn't. I'm not gonna worry about pulling that thing off. I'm gonna let it cool a little bit more, but I can also test how cool the glue is here by touching this at least, you know. I think we're ready to make this giant pull right here. That was just a big one. Let's go down here in the middle. I don't want it to get too tight. Okay. Now, actually, glove back on and really get the most out of this one. Maybe like this. Oh, at the very last tug, some of that moved. And you saw that thing? That was one of those patience to the glue pull. We finally got that top out. Do you guys see that? This is some progress made on the first glue pull attempt on this thing. Obviously, I did use some glue down here, if you see. I don't know how good that looks now, but it's not complete. I just got some of it out so that I could take this top out without it really looking weird or fracturing, because that was holding in all the tension. There was a big high brow here that, if you didn't notice in the first video, that had to be taken out before I even went for anything up here. I'm really pleased with the way that this brow is starting to come together, and once again, I'm gonna have to heat this sucker up and tap this brow down a lot. I'm not gonna get my tools out and start tooling anything at all. I love the way this glue is pulling it. I'm gonna do it the same way I did it, which is get the panel nice and hot, and then as the panel's cooling, right now it's about what, 70, 75? Yeah. It's pretty warm. So as the panel's cooling, toss the glue on there, and then instead of waiting my normal 45 seconds, why is this not releasing? I would actually just wait about a minute and a half, 2 minutes, with a lot of glue and a big tab. But going for the most severe part first, again, we're gonna start right here and kind of give it a nice pull and keep on pulling this round out, because pulling on the line might make it kind of funky. I know, let's give it a little wipe down so we can see what we're looking at. This is, guys, like I said, this is gonna take a long time. This right here took me a couple hours. The rest of this is gonna take me easily another couple hours. So it's gonna be a long process. Hopefully not that long of a video, but we'll come back to you. Actually, no, I think it's about perfect temperature. Let's keep rolling and make another pull right now. I'm sure everybody's just going, stick another tab on it right now. It looks great. Let's do what we can, because that's what I'm gonna do. I'd turn off the camera and then I'd be like, oh dang, I'm ready to turn it right back on, because this is what I want to do right here. Stick a tab right there. I mean, this is not training by any means, but this is just, we would say, for entertainment, educational purposes, because if somebody wants to learn something, feel free. I'm gonna go right in the center, and kind of, did you see how I went at that angle? Because I'm following the body line with the line of the tab. This tab actually is shows me its line, and it has those little bracers on it. It's an adopted version of this tab, so it has those two little braces that hold down more of the tab, and it pulls the whole tab up evenly, and it almost pulls it in a line fashion. So that's the cool part about it. I'm feeling the temperature. It feels like it's now normal to the touch, not hot, not cold. Let's get the slide hammer on it. It's one of those 45-second ones because it's not super hot. And do I want to go this way or that way? I think I want to just come from this side and move my glue gun so I have a footing here. I'm kind of in a tight spot, but you don't need much area to use the slide hammer or the glue puller. That moving, and let's come this way. Not much, but it's a process. We'll come back to you in just a sec. Okay, we brought you in for the next couple of tabs here. I want to keep you guys in the loop on this one. Okay, it's about that 45-second mark. I didn't heat it up too much. Maybe I didn't wait long enough. Maybe I got it too hot. Who knows? But I still feel like it's the right time. I feel like the time is now. Let's make a good pull. Didn't really pull it all, but it's a process, and we'll come back to you and show you some more when we get more out. Wow, look at this, guys. A lot more pulls, a lot more metal moved, a lot less heating. And oddly enough, I'm not heating it up and I'm not tapping a lot. I'm just giving it a lot of glue and a lot of pulling. Let's come in the hardest spot again. One of those, bam. Right here, big, nice, clean tab, big pad of glue on it, a lot of glue. Just let it just cool a second before I stick it in there. I kind of pushed that one down a lot because I wanted to have this little squishy round of glue on the top, so that when I spray the alcohol on it, it falls in and I could just, and it actually makes it a lot easier. Little tiny things that you learn. I've only been using the glue pulling system for about 5 or 6 years of my 20 years of doing dents. The first 15 years I completely did not think the glue worked. But the glue has been perfected, the tabs have been perfected, I guess slide hammer's always been the same, but the whole method has been perfected and it works great. I mean, we're getting some of the meat out. This is the meat of the dent. We might even have a 4th video in this series to do finish work and these little lines. If you guys see up here, I don't know if you can see it or not, but I've done a little bit of tap work through these brows. This, I mean, you'll be able to see the actual impact line, which comes down like the solar eclipse went through the continent. Now let's put the glove on and grab that slide hammer, get some more meat out. Perfect timing. And I'm gonna come from the top up here. A couple pulls. Now on this meat. That one came off a little too easy. And it's always that one that's right on the ridge that is moving the most metal. I mean, if I can get this one to move just like it did another 10 more times, I'll just walk that whole dent down. We might even call this one just getting the meat out, and the next one we'll come back to, it'll be a nice line, and I'll be finish working the rest of this. Because wifey's gonna go do stuff and won't have the camera person, but for the next couple hours I'm gonna be getting the rest of the meat out, and then I will start the tooling and finish work, and we'll come back and probably have a finished video on this one. I sure do appreciate you all clicking on the video. If you would, hit that like button on the way out. This has been PDR and I'm out. Peace.